On to the father-daughter dance. Still on 35 here. Good moment there. That'll be good black and white. And then mother, son. They did a cool thing here where he basically talked about a song that they always danced to growing up. And she was getting nervous and just like, oh gosh, no. And so they did the dance. And everybody just loved it. You can tell, I mean, like, look at this. I mean, how many grooms do this? It's amazing. Such a cool moment with his mom. And she got into it. People went nuts for it. And it was just, these are the kind of moments that we live for as photographers. Looks like I caught someone's flash there. You can tell how, that's crazy how much light that threw off and how bad that looks. Yeah, this was such a cool moment. I think let's go back a little bit. So I'm shooting at 1/100th of a second here. And it looks like in the moment I thought, okay, I'm going to skip my shutter up to 160 right here, next shots, and compensate for the exposure in Lightroom because it's raw and I didn't worry about it. And I bumped my ISO up just a little bit too to compensate for that. So I did that because I thought 1/100th of a second would be too much motion for how much they're moving. But as you can see, they are sharp, hands are not, which I kind of like. It kind of shows motion. So I don't know. Probably wouldn't have done it if I knew it looked that good, but it's no big deal. No big deal. The shoe game. Yeah, the venue is cool because they have cool things like this on the background where they have, lights on the walls, and it looks really great for photos if you're shooting the natural light in there. So this was crazy. Cake cutting. This was a little nuts. I tell you what, we didn't expect this. And yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about. The groom just shoves it right in her face. Oh gosh, I love it. I'm shooting at 1/100th of a second, so there's some motion blur. Totally okay with it. I like it. And she retaliates. This is him picking up the whole cake. Can't say I see this much these days. It was very funny, though. This was the barn. Fortunately, they have a mix of lights out there, halogen, LED, and all that stuff, so that can be fixed in post, though. Still more details. Some random shots here and there. Speeches. Again, I'm always going for reactions on these kind of things, so I'll take a shot when there's genuine faces like this, people laughing, wider stuff. And again, I'm not picking all of these. I'm just kind of picking and choosing what I want. Like that. I like that. One of the groomsmen did a slideshow of people dancing and so forth because they're big dancers and stuff like that. So this was kind of a cool moment. Twerk. I really like the light that it threw back on their faces. It's a great opportunity to get real reactions. They have the video, but they won't have photos of them laughing. So I thought I'd, instead of take photos of a video, take photos of them. I'm at 1/80th of a second, pushing it, and at ISO 3200. You can see the file still looks really good. And at 1.4 in the 35. So this shot will look great. It has a little grain in there, but I am totally okay with that. It'll look natural. It will almost look filmy. So the white balance was changing because the video was what was casting light on them. So yeah. Father of the bride giving a speech. Cool moments, her crying. Then we got into dancing, starting to drag my shutter a little bit with flash, but it wasn't dark enough yet in the room to do that. So yeah, still getting there. I haven't picked any photos yet that I like. Then they got a little darker, and I was able to drag a little bit more. I threw a couple flashes up for a little bit in the background. Didn't really like how that looked. Basically, that's natural. That's how dark it was. It was obviously not that dark, but yeah, you know. So I'm still trying to figure out my lighting here. Not liking it a whole lot yet, but I'm getting there. I've picked maybe like 4 photos so far. Just kind of still zipping through them. No. Sure, I'll pick that one just as a safe. Maybe that one. I'll pick that one just to show the group. No. Maybe a couple of these. Yeah, some of them. Then I think for a short time I went back to natural just to see what I could get. Basically, these would be good, black and white. A couple photo booth photos. Back to natural. White balance is a little off, but that's okay. It can all be fixed in post. I was going 1/100th of a second here, and you can see there's motion. Again, I'm okay with motion. Motion means you're moving, and they were moving a lot, so as long as they're not super blurry in the face. Yeah, this wedding was a little hard for dancing shots because they kept changing lighting a lot. They would turn the marquee lights off overhead, then they turn them back on, then they'd fade them, then they'd turn this chandelier off, turn it back on. So it was always changing, and I was never satisfied, with my lighting. I think eventually I got to a point where I started dragging my shutter more when it got a lot darker and using flash. And I think, well, we'll see, but I think I got some results I liked. These shots will all be good once edited. Black and white, if anything, they'll look great. ISO 3200. Good moments of the mother of the bride getting down. I dig this light. It's nice. This is still natural. I think they had pumped the lights back up and it was working. Then it started getting a little darker here. They turned off most of the lights. I'm still shooting natural for a little bit. And then we go back to flash and try some weird techniques with dragging shutters. And let's see if we can get anything out of this. So basically, here's what is happening. I have a flash on. I'm shooting 1/13 of a second. So I take a shot, and right from the beginning, the flash fires, and it captures them, captures anything it hits. And then for the rest of the shutter being open, because it's a slow shutter, 1/13, it's grabbing light from this natural light that's on them, and he's moving his arm to his left. And so it's streaking that orange light that's going on his arm and moving it. So you can always drag your shutter more by going like a second, which I think I do in a little bit, and you'll see what you can do with that. So still figuring out my light. Not totally liking all of it. Little crazy faces. See here. So this is 1/6 of a second. Shutter's a little longer. You can see it's creating light streaks. This is the kind of situation I would prefer more. If I would have gelled my flash to match it more to the ambient, it would have looked better. I didn't have any gels on me, unfortunately, but you can do stuff like that. But it'll all look good in post because I can always change orange colors and stuff like that if I need. Now we're getting a little bit more into what I prefer for lighting in this situation with dragging shutter. Still 1/6 of a second in flash. Bokeh toss. I think it happened so quick that I lost it. This is it. I think I'll be able to recover it and black and white push the exposure a lot. It'll look fine though. I'm not worried about it. My wife got a shot, I believe, of it. So if anything, I can always fall back on her for it. And they turn the lights back up for this. Here's the getaway. Sparkler getaway, shooting natural light. Camera misfocus there. Comes back into it here. here. That's my shot, I think. That's going to be the one I pick the most. That's it. So that's my set. From there, I go up here and click rating, and it throws all the ones that I rated to the top. And then I scroll down to where the last one I rated, which is right here. Yikes. And I picked 1,100 photos. That's not good. That's too many. So then I drag these into my picked folder. And then I go on to the next culling. So then I'll grab Kat's photos, throw them into Photo Mechanic, and this is her set. So as you can see, I mean, I've already picked 1,100 photos of my own first time culling, and I still have to go through hers. And then I have to go through it all probably again and get rid of photos. So it's kind of a grueling process, but it's a great way to get them all out of the way before you throw them into Lightroom. So thanks guys for watching. Watch the next video. It'll pop up right here. And this is going to be a fun series, so stick around. If you liked it, click the like button. If you have questions, comment below. Subscribe if you have not already. And yeah, till next time, thanks so much.